Rick was alive? He left in a helicopter? They're making a Walking Dead movie featuring Rick Grimes? Man, I really should have watched the rest of that episode. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, or whoever's left, because apparently I pissed off a lot of people yesterday with my Death of Rick Grimes video. Look guys, I don't apologize whatsoever. I understand why some hardcore fans might be mad, might be upset with me. So I guess to those fans I do kind of apologize a little bit, but I still stand behind my video yesterday. One, it wasn't a review, guys. Okay, unless it says review and I'm actually reviewing the episode, it's not a review. If I'm talking about a topic that takes place in a specific thing, that's a topic discussion. That's not a review. Two completely different things. I will never, ever review something unless I either read it or watched it. That is facts, guys. So, yes, I do stand by my statement yesterday because in the context of the story, Rick Grimes has died on the show. He's not appearing on the show no more. But AMC, in their great wisdom that they have, decided we're going to do a trilogy, a Rick Grimes trilogy, guys, of The Walking Dead. And you're going to be able to see these films only on AMC. I don't care. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, congratulations. I used to be a fan. So I know how excited you guys can be. Right? I go to the conventions. I see how you guys line up to go see these stars and stuff. So again, I'm not a fan anymore. But I do realize that there are fans out there. So if you are one of those fans, then congratulations. I'm excited for you. You're going to see this movie. I am somewhat interested because I am a huge fan of Andrew Lincoln. I'm a huge fan of a lot of these actors and actresses who portray the roles of these characters that I love from the comic books. But the fact of the matter is, for me, this show died a few years ago. And I'm not the only one that felt that way. The numbers have been dropping consistently year after year after year. I mean, the viewership from last season and this season has dropped in half. In half. So I think AMC sees this, and that's why they're doing this movie thing. Because Andrew Lincoln doesn't want to keep doing this. He lives in London. He wants to be with his family. And he doesn't want to just come back for a show every year that never has a closing ending to it. Because the Walking Dead comic book can go on for years, for decades. A show can't really do that. Especially a show like this. You need to eventually start wrapping some stuff up, giving us some answers. Things that the comic book hasn't done and will not do for a long time to come. So, anyway, let's talk about these movies featuring Andrew Lincoln. This is the problem I have with it. And I'm really curious to see if any of the Walking Dead fans kind of have this concern. This is just a discussion. I'm not bashing nothing. Do you want to see a trilogy of movies featuring Rick Grimes without the other supporting characters? Is the other supporting characters even coming back? Because I haven't heard no details. Because as of right now, there's no director attached. There's no other actors attached to this thing. It's just, we're doing a trilogy of films featuring Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes. That's all we have at this point. It's like, I could understand maybe going back a few years ago when you still had Glenn, Carl, you know, Andrea, the governor, all these other characters, and then doing a trilogy of movies. Walking Dead would have been fantastic as a trilogy of films to start off with. Because I just feel like the show is not really capturing the essence of the comic books anymore. But I'm really curious to find out what the hardcore fans want. Are you guys interested in seeing a Rick Grimes standalone trilogy of movies without the other supporting characters? Because I always felt that Walking Dead was important because of the characters. Because of the cast of characters. You grew attached to these characters. So when a character like this dies, you feel bad. Like when Dale dies, you felt bad. When Glenn dies, you felt bad. When Abraham, like when all these great characters that we known to love died, you felt it. And do you want to see a movie featuring Rick Grimes without the other supporting characters? Because they could easily put those other characters in the movie for sure. But as of right now, there's no details saying that that's going to happen. What is the plot of these movies? We don't know. Because are they going to go so far off book from the comics that they're just going to come up with their own story, and maybe in this trilogy of films, Rick finds out that what started the virus? Like, are they going to just completely come up with their own story? There's so many questions about this. And I don't know the answers to. I don't think anybody knows the answers to. Maybe AMC has an outline, but they had no director attached, nothing. So, I mean, it really comes down to you guys. I'm really curious, like, sincerely curious, how many of you out there are interested in seeing this series of films without the other supporting characters if they're not involved? Is that something you want to see? And I want to see where it goes. So, as the fan of me, I'm curious to see what happens. But I'll tell you right now that I'm not really interested in seeing a Rick Grimes standalone series of movies, a trilogy of movies. I want all the supporting characters. And all the good supporting characters are pretty much dead now. And that's what really bums me out. Like, we don't have Carl. We don't have Glenn. We don't have Dale. We don't have, you know, all these other characters that makes up this cast of people. We don't have a lot of them anymore. So, anyway, I want to know what you guys think. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Be sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.